Oh no, bitch. Let me turn these lights out. There we go. Because I want everybody to see and hear me clearly. Yup. I don't know, I may look a little gray, but pay it, honey. Because I'm going to say what I got to say. Hold on. Brian, I'm on live right now. Brian, I'm on live right now. This is not the time. I love you to death. But this is not the time. Hold on. Let me put this do not disturb on so nobody calls me. Share my shit. And if there is anything that resonates with you, anything that I say on this live, hit my Cash App. Like, I've got too much freaking shit. Like I'm like been saying the same shit, you know, to people and going off on people, bitch, for the last 5 years. Like, bitch, like at this point, it's bitch just a waste of time for me. It's just, I shout out to all the people who support my businesses and who really rock with me, and not because just of that Vogue and shit and, oh, I live for you and all of that. I appreciate that, but that shit goes in one ear and out the other. I mean, it really does. Because y'all said that same shit to freaking Deja and Yolanda, bitch, and where are they both? Bitch, y'all not going to kill me. That's all I gotta say before I start and get into the shit that I'm gonna say. This scene, this ballroom scene, and all of this shit, bitch, is not going to kill me. Bitch, y'all are not going to get rid of me. So I got 2 subjects tonight. If you are in the position, share this live to a fucking nonprofit, bitch. All them bitches that get government funding, bitch, to help trans people, send this live to them. Because those are the ones that need to hear it. And because, I actually feel bad for depending on my community to help me, then help y'all. You know what I mean? It fucks with my empathy and sympathy. That's why I don't come live, I'm not live often. Because I find myself saying the same things over and over and over and over and over again. It just is what it is. I am going to tackle these 2 subjects. One, I'm going to be talking about all these performative transitions that I'm seeing. All on Facebook and all on TikTok and the ability to freaking switch genders and a lot of people, sensationalizing what it is to fucking to transition your gender. Oh, bitch, I'm coming for y'all on this live. So all of y'all girlfriends that are doing it, bitch, I suggest you share this live with them. Shout out to Newport. And I'm also going to be unpacking this video. Let me show you all this video real quick. This is the video that's on my page. And a lot of you cisgender women, listen, if you are a cisgender woman and you support me, I suggest you get off this live now. Because the shit that I'm about to say does not apply to y'all. Hold on.
I got a question. Where do I see you black transsexuals standing up for straight black women? I don't see y'all marching in the street about black femicide. I don't see y'all doing anything for black women. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't see any programs started for you. I don't see you going to the government to do anything to protect black women. I don't see you calling out the gay black men, the down low men that y'all like to sleep with, who is our men, bringing us AIDS and HIV. I don't see you saying there's a problem with you bringing HIV in your community, which is very heavy, bringing that shit over to us heterosexual cis women and killing us and fucking up our babies with that fucking disease. I don't see y'all fucking saying you got a problem with our so-called men fucking you and bringing us fucking HIV. Yeah, I brung that shit.
Now, for the people that just came in, I'm gonna play it again.
Question: where do I see you black transsexuals standing up for straight black women? I don't see y'all marching in the street about black femicide. I don't see y'all doing anything for black women. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't see any programs started for you. I don't see you going to the government.
Where the nonprofits at?
Black women. I don't see you calling out.
Get them in here.
The gay black men.
Where's all the advocacy and activism at?
Our men.
Get them in here.
AIDS and HIV. I don't see you saying there's a problem with you bringing HIV from in your community, which is very heavy, bringing that shit over to us heterosexual cis women and killing us and fucking up our babies with that fucking disease. I don't see y'all fucking saying you got a problem.
Thank you, Kyle. I'm going to get to that.
Men fucking you.
Thank you, Kyle. I'm getting ready to get to that.
Yeah, I brung that shit.
All right, bitch. And now you brought that shit, and now I'm going to bring the shit. Now I am going to bring the shit. Now I'm going to bring the shit. Listen, I could care less. I could care less who she is, bitch. She's just another conch to me. Okay? Number one. Then here's a disclaimer. All of the cis women that support me, this in no way includes y'all. So please do not interject yourself in this conversation when I'm about to say what I'm about to say. Because this does not include y'all whatsoever. But I gotta calm my nerves. I gotta calm my nerves. I have to calm my nerves. Hi, Tay. I have to calm my nerves. Okay. Number one. Clearly she's just lost all sense. Number one. She's just lost all sense. She has not a clue. And the reason why trans people are at the bottom of the totem pole, because bitch, we out here advocating for everybody else. This is why I stay silent and have decided to step back and am not involved in the community as much as I was in the beginnings. This is why. This shit like this is why we don't fucking stand up. Number one, bitch, when you talk about femicide, bitch, you're including fucking trans women. Because ain't nobody being killed like we are. Nobody is being killed like we are. Thank you, Samantha. Hi, Samantha. I've got a fucking activist on here. Where are the fucking nonprofits, bitch, when shit like this happen and this fucking shit is being spread all across the fucking internet? All these performative fucking activists out here. Where are the fucking nonprofits that give billions and billions of fucking dollars, bitch, to help our community, yet shit like this is still being leaked out on the fucking internet? Okay, number one, let me get started and just motherfucking unstigmatize HIV real quick. Okay? Let me just remove the stigma from HIV/AIDS real quick while I'm talking on this fucking live. And these 27 people that are in here need to be sharing this fucking live. Hold on. There you go. Let me unstigmatize HIV real quick. Now, what you motherfucking cis, black, straight, motherfucking, nasty, fucking, trifling women need to fucking realize, bitch, is that y'all can give HIV just as well as you can fucking get it. Number one, first and foremost. And if y'all wasn't sticking every fucking sick dick that y'all fucking see, regardless whether you care if they're fucking gay or not, bitch, y'all would not be going through what the shit that y'all are going through. Because, bitch, contrary to popular motherfucking belief, bitch, it is not the gay community, bitch, that has the highest prevalence of HIV, bitch. It's black, straight women. It's black, straight women. Now, when does your ass motherfucking take accountability for the dicks you put inside of you? Bitch, I can't even sit still in this chair. When do you take accountability for the motherfucking dicks you stick inside of you, Miss Thing? When do you take accountability for asking the men questions instead of wanting to have with them based off of what you see? When do you start getting tested before you decide to freaking hop in the sack with somebody? Can somebody answer any of these questions for me? And let me tell you something, motherfuckers, bitch, they wasn't your men to begin with. Bitch, you want to claim these motherfuckers? You can have them, bitch. They skip and hop over here. They skip and hop over here, honey. We don't want them. Bitch, we don't want to house them. We don't want to clothe them. Bitch, they come over here because you won't let them be who they want to be. Say, if you don't move, quick nuts lead to bumpy butts. Bitch! Bitch, we be minding our motherfucking gay and trans ass business. Anytime a gay or trans person gotta do is fucking walk to the store, bitch, and they can bag your man. Your man. Bitch, if it's that easy, he was not your man to begin with. And this is the thing. That's why y'all hating. They are the ground root of why y'all are hating on us over men. Like, girl, get over it. Somebody clearly hurt you. Somebody clearly hurt you. Bitch, just like that video that I shared the other day. Bitch, if a trans woman, if a black transsexual's existence threatens you, bitch, maybe you're not that much of a woman to motherfucking begin with. Because how I live my life has nothing to do with your existence. And it's no shade. And it's no shade, Bree. It is no shade towards you or any of the other allies or people in our community or allies. But this is when y'all need to be stepping the fuck up and bitch checking bitches like that. This is why this stuff still goes on, because we have people like lesbians and allies, bitch, that'll sit by and watch that shit. I'm not talking about you in particular, but I'm just saying in general. We have a lot of performative fucking people in our scene and people that claim to be fucking allies and are not. And that will sit and kiki and everything with shit like that. Just like with HIV, identity, sexual orientation, the whole fucking shit. They'll sit back and kiki. Like it don't fucking apply to them. I wasn't even supposed to be talking about this till last, but bitch, it's got me so heated. I'm talking about it right now. Because bitch, no. Bitch, I will not allow you motherfucking to stigmatize fucking HIV or what it is to be gay and black or gay and trans, bitch, on Marsha P. Johnson's internet. No, I will not. No, I will not. No, I will not. Chris, exactly. And a lot of them are not. And a lot of them are not. Chris just said you can't be an ally if you're not willing to sacrifice your privilege to stand up for what's right. And a lot of them are not. A lot of them are not. A lot of them are not, because it's too many motherfuckers that care what other motherfuckers got to say about how they live their life. Period. 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 It is too many people worried about what the next motherfucker is doing or how somebody is going to view them. So all of this fake and phony ally shit, oh, I stand with you, no, you stand with me until the shit hits the fan. You're only standing with me, bitch, until the shit hits the fan, bitch, and then you ghost. No. That's not how fucking activism and allyship works. Y'all can see how stressed out I am. Bitch, that's why I have to take freaking mental breaks in between. Every time I see somebody trans that's killed. Every time fucking shit like this hits the internet. Bitch, it fucking triggers me because it's been generations and generations of fucking miseducation. And who's gonna fucking undo that? Who's gonna undo that? How long do we gotta fucking fight to undo that? Thank you, Tony. Hard to get away from the stress where you live it. You live it every day. That is the difference between somebody who is trans and someone who's an ally or doing it fucking performatively. You live that shit every fucking day. You live that shit every day. Tay says, I still find it crazy that people will bring their child to a pedophile before they let their gay cousin watch their kid. It blows my mind. Let me tell you something. The fucking black community is notorious for protecting pedophiles. Notorious. Notorious. Who's talking about that? And let me tell you something. Between me and the 31 people on here, I'm going through that shit right now. I choose not to talk about it. It's the main root and cause of all of my stress, in addition to dealing with shit that has to do with this community. So I'm going through personal things while trying to balance shit and be there for my community too. That's why I've got that shit pinned down in the fucking thing. Share my shit and help me help y'all. This bitch is the reason why we have the generations and generations of hate towards us. Bitch, this is why I say, bitch, listen. Why are you fucking expecting me? It is not my responsibility, you know what I mean, to automatically stand behind a bunch of cis feminist women that are not standing with me and don't even include me in the conversation. So I am sorry. I am sorry, but trans, everything black and gay comes first for me. So I am not going to be running up and standing beside y'all and marching with y'all when I don't get the same in return. I'm sorry, life does not work that way. It does not work that way. And I'm fucking standing with you talking about how the motherfucking government wants to police your body, but bitch, you won't even acknowledge my transition. What the fuck do I look like, a fucking fool? Hey, Giselle. I love you too, nephew. What do I look like? A fucking fool? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's not my fight. We was never invited to sit at the table when it comes to fucking cis women and fucking trans women. Everybody's like, oh, we want conversations with cis women and trans women. Bitch, why, bitch? When you're not even looking at me as a woman first and a woman of trans experience. Trans comes second. I'm a woman first. Trans is just my experience and my path to womanhood. Y'all need to get that shit together. All of you. Y'all need to get that shit together, all of you. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of the fucking back and forth of who's a woman and who's not. And bitch. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing all these motherfuckers transitioning online and then fucking a year later, bitch, they change their fucking mind. Bitch, I'm sick of it. I am sick of it. I am sick of it. Bitch, if you really want a motherfucking transition, bitch, you don't need a motherfucking audience. Like I said earlier, you don't need an audience. Seek out your motherfucking resources. You don't need people. For what? All they're going to do is judge you based off the way you fucking look in the midst of you going through dysphoria, which is either going to have you off yourself or bitch just fucking end it all. Samantha, they can't even be a role model for others because it's the blind leading the blind. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing. They can't be no influence on nobody. They can't help nobody when they just going through the fucking process themselves. That's their problem. Bitch, too many people want to be teachers, bitch, in a student position. That is the problem. That is the problem. Too many people want to be fucking teachers in a student position. Bitch, you just decided who you wanted to be, bitch, 25 minutes ago. How you going to help somebody? And Samantha, they ain't the motherfucking answer, bitch, with 1,001 questions. You gotta learn some shit first. You have to actually go through shit first. You actually have to lose shit first. You actually have to be denied shit first. Right, and Samantha, I'm gonna be right along with you. I'm gonna be right along with you. I'm gonna be right along with you. Because, bitch, this shit is for the birds. This shit is for the This shit is for the birds. This shit is for the birds. I have never seen something, bitch, that put me through so much freaking stress and anguish, bitch, and in debt in all my life. It is no shade. It is no shade. It is no shade. Let me make sure them trans colors is showing. Bitch, I have never in my life oh, listen. I don't mind showing it again. Hold on. We're going to show it again. Tiffany, you just getting in here. This is what I'm talking about. Hold on.
I got a question. Where do I see you black transsexuals standing up for straight black women? I don't see y'all marching in the street about black femicide. I don't see y'all doing anything for black women. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't see any programs started for you. I don't see you going to the government to do anything to protect black women. I don't see you calling out the gay black men, the down low men that y'all like to sleep with, who is our men, bringing us AIDS and HIV. I don't see you saying there's a problem with you bringing HIV in your community, which is very heavy, bringing that shit over to us heterosexual cis women and killing us and fucking up our babies with that fucking disease. I don't see y'all fucking saying you got a problem with our so-called men fucking you and bringing us fucking HIV. Yeah, I brung that shit.
Bitch, you gotta love it. You gotta love it, though. You gotta love it. 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 And I know it's a lot of freaking trans women out there, bitch, that are feeling stupid as hell, bitch. For always freaking running to bat, bitch, for black cis women. I'm just saying, bitch, their shame is the reason why there's down low men. Their shame is the reason why kids can't be who the fuck they want to be. Their shame is the fucking reason. All right, Tiffany, I'm gonna bring you on, cause I'm tired of talking. I don't have any earphones though, so you're gonna have to turn down. Like if you're on a device, you have to turn down the volume so there's no feedback. I'll bring you on.
She is here. She is alive and well, and she ready to motherfucking read. And let's get it real clear, bitch. You knew he was Trey when you got with him, bitch, and you still wanted to be.
That's what they do. They don't care. A dick is 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 a dick to them. They don't care.
Is it echoing on your end?
No, it's not echoing on my end.
Okay. All right, cool.
No, you good.
All right. So my whole thing is this. She not with us. We all women and we supposed to be together. You not with us, girl. We don't need you. Bye, girl. Like So you got to move on from people like that. Like, she not even with us. Like, you missing the whole picture. Like, she, like, don't even get that bitch the spotlight. Don't put no motherfucking emphasis on her story, because her story is not your story, and her story ain't my story. You understand?
Right. Right. I understand that. I think the thing that irritates me the most is the fact of the influence that it has over people. The fact that it changes minds and keeps that stigma within our community there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, somebody comes across that video, would think of us in a positive light, come across that, and their mind automatically changes from, because we live in that type of society there.
We do.
Where people's minds are influenced by what they see on this shit. You know what I mean? And I'm exhausted. Like, I'm exhausted with dealing with that type of mentality, because being trans, we've dealt with that mentality all our lives.
Let me tell you something. She must ain't never had a loved one that's identified himself as trans that has battled with that. See, she not old like us. She ain't with the old girls. I was born in 83. You only a couple of years older than me. You understand? So she don't know the fights and the struggles that have gone on. She don't understand the people that are no longer here. You understand that? I done had a drink, and bitch, she ready, girl, ooh, bitch, ooh. Like, she don't, my babies that are no longer here, bitch, like, bitch, like, it does something to me. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you, like, those type of girls, I would wish whatever platform and however you were able to hear that story, I would wish that they would not even like, oh, what about this? They have a way of doing that, because when you have posted that thing that Macy Gray did, and Macy Gray was messy, and I ain't like it, and I seen a few people that want to be accepted in the industry, and was kikiing and was like calculating, but bitch, you don't feel that way. Why would you even agree with something like that? And the big storm, what's her name? Miss Monroe, the child to be up there, the lady, because she ain't no child, the lady that be up there on the 106 and Parks and things, and but they put her out there with her like she speak for all trans girls. Well, since you don't identify as a woman, then maybe you not one. If you don't identify as a woman and you're not a woman, and just say, this is how I feel about me. Then you spoke about struggles and things. A girl is a girl. You knew you was a girl when you knew you was a girl. Now, when you decided to go into your transition, that's a different day. You been known you was a girl. The parents know. They know when you pick up and you get you're switching your walk. You know how to, and when we came up, how they used to be. Don't walk like that. Don't do that. Them children can't have that. Them children can't have that.
But all I gotta say is they better be glad, bitch. We ain't have no social media, because the girls that I grew up with, girl, it'd have been a lot of knocking on doors, bitch, and fucking.
I don't want to get us clipped. Look. That got
been a lot of that going on.
Did you see me go in my pocket? I said, I don't want to get us clipped. I was on my way to the door. I was on my way to my closet. The girls that I know, baby. Oh, baby.
I'm telling you, like, it's like people think that they can just say whatever they want to say with no rhyme or reason, no education, and not and not account for what they say.
I'm gonna stop using that word education, because they know. They know. That's why they know. I don't want to education.
Teaching people in our community and those who want to learn.
Y'all know how y'all beat on them churn.
You should only have to tell somebody one motherfucking time, listen, that's not who I am anymore. I will respect. And people do it anyway. People disrespect anyway. Oh, you a dude. Oh, you this. Oh, you that. Like, people are choosing. People are choosing violence. So, bitch, if people are going to choose violence, bitch, guess what the fuck I'm going to do?
So, I don't want to get us clipped. I don't want to get you clipped. Like, hey, for real, like, that's this. I said it to you the other day, and I can say this word because I'm black. Like, to me,
Right.
that's like a white person calling me a nigga. Like, that's
Right.
that's serious.
Right.
It's
Right.
that serious. Like, don't do that. Like, now you being disrespectful. Like, don't, like, we're not even about to do that. And most people, like, it's not even about fish and all that stuff. Like, that's cute and all of that. Like, real is real. When a girl is real, you know she real. She act real. She talk real. She's who she is. You know who being funny and doing it for a key or doing it for to go in the store and get something they need to get. You already know the difference. Like, don't do that.
And the thing about it is that I always think about how the trans empowerment and black empowerment go hand in hand.
It's supposed to, but it don't.
Not even freaking 30 or 40 years ago, the whole freaking civil rights movement. Y'all went through that, and now y'all are still taking that energy and imposing it on the gay community now. Like, girl, you just got your right.
Remember this, and take this. Remember when they took us from Africa, it was some of our own people who sold us out.
That's the whole shade.
Now
That is the whole
the
shade.
motherfucking shade and the motherfucking
That's the whole shade. That is the whole shade, yo.
Remember that. So that's why I said, we are never like, that's why it's certain issues like when you and I love that you tag me on everything to keep me abreast of everything that's going on. I'm always, I'm there behind you 1,000%. But it's certain things that I'd be like, you know what?
So much, Tiffany, for that. I really, really, really do.
Listen, it's certain things I'd be like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I don't really want to go in because then you got some trans girls gonna be like, girl, she's, like what she like. So I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna sit it out because you got these people out here who don't really know, who don't really understand. I happen to have family members with an S.
Right.
I grew up in that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is. I don't know all of this negativity. I didn't grow up with that. You know what I'm saying? I had my auntie so-and-so that when she went out in the street, she looked one way, but when she was around the house, she looked another way. You understand?
Right.
But she was still my auntie. You understand?
Right.
Like, so I don't, and I'm talking about the older girls that's older than you. You understand?
Right, yes. The ones that I grew up with,
Our older girls, who when I would go to her house, and I think we shared this, like she had these big photo albums of when when the epidemic hit, they was just gone. And I just remember how sad I felt as a child, like, in the story she used to tell me how I was able, always listen to children, and how I was able to convey with my heart with that, like, and I just, from that point, it was never from that point on. I just never grew up around it. I just don't know all this negative energy. I just don't know what this is. And I feel like this is hate within. I feel like, girl, you knew that boy was a butch queen. You knew that boy was trade. You knew you already knew, girl, when he was getting you to go back there, girl, you know what that boy wants. Like, or maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever.
But
or
Tiffany,
maybe
does
you
it
just
stop them from pursuing
like
that?
you already know. You got your suspicions, you mad.
Does it stop them from pursuing them?
You know the T-girls is the true unicorns. That's the problem. And they don't want to have that conversation. I had a cisgender woman mad at me then. I had a cisgender woman mad at me then. See how you got to go in your goddamn drawer and pull something out, you understand? Or, try to be all the... They ain't got to do all that, baby. They where it's at. They don't want to have that conversation with Big Tiff. They don't want to do that. They're gonna be mad. I could be canceled. I could be canceled. They don't want to have that with me.
And the one thing that I can appreciate out of you, Tiffany, is the fact that when a lot of trans conversations happen, if it doesn't apply to you, then you won't say nothing. There's a whole lot of people that want to be in trans conversations and will be in on everything when they don't have the first clue about it.
You don't know nothing. If you don't know nothing about it, don't speak on it.
Yeah. Share your opinion. And they're like, this is my opinion. No, your opinion. Yes, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but the opinion doesn't make it fact.
And that's when you know somebody's just trying to be down. Somebody just want to be cool with the program, or this is the, like, like you said one day, and you said that shit so right. Poles gonna phase out, man. They done let them clear people come into the community and rob and cheat and steal. That shit gonna be gone. Legendary gone. All of that shit gonna be gone, and then they gonna be done and gone. And we as the community is still gonna be there. But who gonna really be there for you? You understand? Who's still gonna love you? Who's still gonna bring you around, like, whatever the case may be, or be there you can lean on, like, whatever the case may be, like, whoop-de-whoop. Like, that is what counts. You understand? Like, and just, like, family. And it's not even no big hoop-de-hoop with it. That's my sister, that's my brother, that's my aunt, that's my whoever that, however you see that person, or whatever the case may be. Like, I'm just tired of having this conversation. Like, it's not even education at this point, like, because people know what the fuck they doing. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, and they know they wrong, and they feel, and I don't know if it's, I think what the Bible said was this: in the last days, men would be boys and boys would be girls, but however that went. And maybe that's a sign of the last days, but he never said that you're going to be condemned for that. He just said that will be a sign of what you will see. That's a whole, when them children come out how they is. So you telling me that God condemning children? I don't believe that. I don't believe that by far. I don't believe that. I don't believe, like, you got these pictures and stuff I see you put up. Never comment on that, because once again, that was something we was fed as slavery. We don't know. I don't know. You understand? I don't know. But I know one thing, whatever the higher power being, I know children are innocent. They didn't act.
And I know my existence is not no accident. I know it's not. For me, it happened way too early in life. To where that I got to
even if it happened later in life and you knew and you were scared to tap in. And
that's what I'm saying. And it's the shame. It's the shame that's associated with it that is inflicted by women like her.
And most kids now, they be scared. I mean, I'm sorry. Most kids in the early days were scared. You will get beat for stuff like that. Like, you will get beat. Like, stop switching. Take them high, that type of thing.
Don't think like that. Don't walk like that. Don't talk like that. I heard all that coming up. And I know a lot of my trans girls in there done heard it. Why you acting like that?
They in here. Hey, y'all know.
Ciao.
And that type of things, like the way we grew up, like that didn't, like, I just happened to was blessed to come from a family where it was going, like, and it was like, it is what it is. Like, don't fuck with them kids. Like, we all knew that it's coming up. Like, don't fuck with children. So that's when I knew, like, this is a real thing. This is something that is real. People gonna have to accept it. And I think this is the one cause that's gonna let you know who really got the love of Jesus in them, or the love of God, or whoever you see as your higher being.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's not he going to be on the thing.
Oh.
Say hey, Auntie Niambi. Girl, you know he's shy. Come here. You don't want Auntie Niambi to see you.
Hello.
Girl, he be real shy. He don't like nobody to see him shy.
Oh.
He had the age where he was gaining the weight and stuff. Don't come in here on my phone no more.
Oh my gosh. But thank you so much, Tiffany. I'm gonna bring somebody else. But thank you so much.
Here he come now. Here he come. Hold on, here he come.
And everything, you know what I mean, that you give.
What you want the people to see you? You going on the internet. He laughing. Hold on.
Yeah, so
he probably thought this was my sister Mika. He know I don't really talk to nobody on the phone like that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna bring somebody else.
Bring somebody else up. I love you.
I love you.
Don't try to come in here now. Get back. Nope. No. Get out my room. Now you.
And I will talk to you soon, love.
You see, come beat these motherfucking churn. See, now you see that's the blessing right there. I ain't gotta have none of these badass children. I love you, sister.
Talk to you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Tiffany. Who else we got here? Because, honey, I'm tired of talking. Oh, Kyle. Here we go. Hey, Kyle.
Hello. Hey, what's up? How are you doing?
Hi. Hi, gorgeous. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just wanted to bless your live and talk about how great your show is. I always watch it. And I want to give like the I guess the male and the butch queen perspective too, if I
Yes,
could
please. Let
really
me
just
turn this
chime
up.
on
Let me
in.
make sure my volume is all the way up. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I was gonna actually make a post about this, but I'm traveling, doing a lot of stuff. But like the thing is that what made it really problematic for me about the Macy Gray statement is I was gonna write this on Facebook. Do you notice that cisgender men like myself, we never get on and start talking about trans men? We do not care. Like we know what genitalia we have. We know what we could do. We know what we could produce, and it does not take away from our masculinity. So I don't understand what was the point of her getting on a big public platform and talking about that? Like back in the day, back in the 90s, artists had publicists and they had people that told them what to answer and what not to answer. You cannot get mad at cancel culture and everything like that and say all this other bullshit. Oh, I can't say what I'm what I can say and what I can't say. No, you are a public figure and you are a celebrity. I'm sorry, I can say whatever the fuck I want on Facebook. But if I become a celebrity or if I become a whatever, I have to know what I can and cannot answer and what may or may not offend people,
Right.
regardless of how I feel.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, I may have opinions, I may have thoughts that may disagree with certain people, but I don't take it upon myself to go out there and speak about certain things that I should not be speaking on. And regardless of how you feel about that woman swimming and everything like that on the Olympic team, what is it your place to care? Like, you are a musician, you are an artist. That is not your place to speak on it. And I just think that that's where some of them don't understand that they're wrong. Like, you never see men come out here and talk about trans men. Why? Because they
Never.
are not a threat to our masculinity. We don't care.
Fabulous point, Kyle. Fabulous.
And that's why I just
Don't
want
be
to
the
say,
people
like,
who I
you
surround
know,
myself with.
yeah, and I always I have deep respect for trans women because like I always talk about trans women taught me everything I knew in the community. Like I didn't depend on other gay males or anything like that. Like trans women taught me everything. But who are you as a musician or an artist? Period. You're not gonna see Naomi Campbell do an interview and start talking about trans women. You're not gonna see that happen because she knows how to do an interview and she knows what she's going to talk about and why she's there and what she's going to talk about and what she's going to promote. And that's what my problem is. Like, she should have known as an artist or as a public figure that she was going to get backlash. And I think that, I don't know if she's in her right mind. I think she's mentally slow or something like that. But, like, come on. You sit here talking about you getting death threats and all sorts of stuff like that. You put yourself out there
Right.
in that way.
Right.
And now you're mad when the internet is like coming at you. And I tell people all the time, Black Twitter and the internet will get you together. Whatever you said in the past and whatever you put out there, if it's not for your own personal audience and it's for the public and you are a figure, it's going to be used against you. So why not just shut the fuck up?
Right. Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like,
Overturning
you know what I'm
things,
saying?
turning
Like,
the wall. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like even with the girls on Facebook, they put stuff about butch queens on their page. And sometimes I'm like, well, you date a butch queen, you know what's gonna happen, blah, 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 blah. But that's their place to gripe. If you want to get on Facebook and say whatever you gotta say, do it. Like, it's not my position, it's not my whatever. But I just feel like I said, if you are a celebrity or a public figure, why are you speaking on that? Why do you care?
Right.
And you will never see, I guarantee you, and I think Piers Morgan baited her into that question because he was being messy, but you're never going to see a man get on an interview and start talking about trans men, you're never going to see it happen because we don't fucking care.
Please, just a half
And
an
I
hour
think,
ago, he was down in all black women, and now he got her on the show, you know, baiting her in
right,
to now bash another demographic of people. It's crazy.
right,
It's
exactly. And I feel like, why should we have sympathy for you at this point? And then now these black hoteps, oh, you can't say nothing about the gay community, you can't say nothing about the trans community. We just started standing up for ourselves and using our power to make ourselves the power that be. We were always the power. We always worked in the industry. We always worked pulling the strings. It was always gay men doing it. We just never spoke up. And now we're finally in a position of power where we can say, hey, that's not okay. Now you guys are upset because you put yourselves out there and you didn't even have to make the comment in the fucking first place.
right, right. But
Like, what does a trans woman?
You see how the demographic always change, the situation always changes when it's then Caucasian men and women talking the same exact way, in the same exact language to black people.
Exactly.
Then the whole thing changes. But y'all was just doing the
Right.
same thing to us.
Exactly. And I feel like I said, she could have just said, I refuse to comment, or I'm just going to go in a different direction. There's so many different ways that you can dodge a question. Politicians do it all the time.
Right.
But like I said, and men, you're never going to see us talk about trans men because we don't fucking care. We don't give a damn what genitals they have between their legs, and it's not going to stop us from being men. So, like, hey, do you? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, and this also goes, I was writing this in the comments, some cis women, when they feel like anything's being threatened, then that's when you become a problem. It's always, yes, finger snap. When you are there to be an accessory to them, or you're there to... Yeah, but when I tell a lot of women that I'm not that type of gay, I'm here for soul connections. I make friends. I don't give a fuck if you're trans, you're cis, you're this, you're that. It's about how you are as a person. Then this finger snap stop and the yes, and I'm like, I'm not overly feminine, and I accept my femininity. But at the same time, I'm not your accessory. And when you're not affirming the things that they want to hear sometimes, it's like you're a threat, or and it's like I said in the comments before, you slept with a man raw and unprotected, and you know that there's condoms out there. That's on you.
Yes.
You know how many times gay men have been infected by other men? And the trade be lying to the gay men too. They lie to everybody in the equation. It takes two to tango. So with the whole trans thing, I just really think it's insecurity, to be honest with you. Because like the woman said in the last video, what I realized about what some of the girls mess with the trade is some of the trade want that special unit that can't be provided in certain situations. And I mean, if you like men that like that, then hey, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you have to check what you like, or check, what type of market of guys you're going for. But don't put it on the trans community, put it on the man. Like, that guy is a dog in general, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm saying this as a gay man. It's not easy for us to date. We get cheated on. We got promiscuity in our community too. I can't say, oh, all of this and all of that. Like, no, we've all been hurt before.
Yeah.
I can't point at a trans person and say that motherfucker over there. If my man cheated on me with a trans man, I'm gonna attack the entire trans male community. How does that make any fucking sense?
Not make sense. It does not make sense.
And that's why I'm just saying, like, I wanted to get on here to really, like, express, like, my perspective, because I'm a secure man, and I'm secure with a lot of things. I'm in Asia right now, so it's morning. But I just wanted to really get on and just, like, express, like, my beliefs about that, like, from all the narrative, from having all types of friends of all different lifestyles. And I really just sometimes feel like they just want to be affirmed. And it's a lot of insecurity.
Right.
And I don't have time for that.
Right.
Like, if you come into me, you have to be secure within your skin.
Right.
And I've dated enough insecure people, but it's just like, I cannot blame another person for my man or woman or whatever cheating on me. That does not make any fucking sense.
Right, right. And
we have to be accountable.
Too, You're a man first. I'm a woman first. All that gay and trans and all that is secondary. Once people start getting that through their heads, then we'll all be able to get along. All of the other things are just secondary, just to explain our differences and our individuality. But I'm gonna go first. Fuck all that trans shit.
Right.
The trans thing is just for for the community aspect, and to take some of my privileges and be able to spread them to the community that isn't able to get privileges as easy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm a woman first. Don't you ever get that twisted. Don't.
Exactly.
And
I always treat people how they present themselves as. You could be a drag queen. If I see you with hair and lipstick, I'm going to treat you as such.
Right.
But I think, like I said, it just goes back to insecurities, because like, what's between your legs? Like, what does that have to do with anything? We all know biology. We all know what we're born with. We all know whatever. I think that some people are seriously threatened. And I feel like I experienced this like a couple of weeks ago. This girl I thought was so cool with me, that her man came around and her man started calling her out and saying certain things. Mind you, I didn't even start this conversation. This man is telling her that she can't do certain things sexually correctly, asking me certain questions. And that's what I'm just saying. It's a lot of times us as the LGBT, we are not the ones that bring it up. They are threatened, because we are so aware of ourselves at a level that I think that they're not. So if anything comes into the equation that threatens, like for instance, as a woman, I think sometimes they think of this mindset, damn, it's hard for me to get a man as it is. You got these gay men out here, then you got these trans women that are just like slaying it and stuff like that. Damn, you know what I'm saying? And instead of just saying, like, for me, I have a motto I go by. If I see somebody that looks banging, I'm gonna give them their props. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna cheat on me, at least make it be somebody like attractive that I can understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the way I look at things, because you are fighting the inevitable. Like, anybody can get cheated on. You could be the hottest person on earth. You could be fucking Kim Kardashian, whatever.
Beyonce got cheated on. I was like, well, bitch. I was like, okay,
and I'm just saying, we are mismanaging our anger. It's just like with straight men that come to, like, I grew up with all older brothers, and I can navigate spaces with straight men because they know I do not give a fuck about them, and I will check them. So it all boils down to what it is security, and a lot of people are insecure. And if you're not affirming them and the yes and doing their makeup and helping them get slayed, they don't care about you.
Right.
And that's what I'm realizing. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for that. I only have time for people in my space. I'm in Asia right now trying to reconnect and release certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are not in my space trying to like help or stimulate my spirituality, my emotional health, my mental health, or anything like that, you are just a superficial figure.
Right.
And that's what some of them want us to be to them. You know what I'm saying? But if you are a threat to them with their man, and we were never a threat to their man, men are just, my friend said this the other day, men are just disgusting. If it has a hole or if it just has a whatever, they're going to play with it. What happens when men get long terms when they go to prison? You think your man is going to sit in there and jerk off? No. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that a lot of people within the straight community have to be real with themselves and understand, hey, we're here. We always been here. Your men always been fucking with us. Always been fucking with trans women.
And ain't gonna stop. And ain't gonna stop.
Right. And it opened my eyes the last few years living in Hawaii, because there's a lot of trans women in Hawaii, like the stuff that the trade goes specifically to the girls for. And it's something that cis women cannot provide. And instead of saying, hey, he's bisexual, or he's this, or he's that, or he's trans attracted, or whatever you want to call it on the spectrum, it's just, oh, they taking on men. No, your man always was attracted to that. And that's it.
And that's it. I know that's right, Kyle. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so happy to speak to you. I love your show. Yeah.
You know we
I love your show because you speak on a lot of things that a lot of people I think are afraid to talk about. And I just think that it's just time for them to stop. Like there's always gonna be DL men, there's always gonna be trans attracted men, there's always gonna be men going to prison coming out and they not the same. Because you know there's something also called situational sexuality where you will mess with certain types of genders or certain things because you have no other choice, like men that go to jail. So there's so many different factors that affect, even though sexuality or gender is something we feel from a very young age, there's certain things that can also affect it too. And a
wow.
lot of times in the Black community, we don't want to talk about that. We want to
Right.
just blame the person, the trans woman, the gay male, but we don't want to sit back and say, hey, what about the man that gave me AIDS? We don't want to blame him, right? We don't want to blame our baby daddy. We want to continue sleeping with him, but we want to read the trans woman. Like, how does that make sense?
That does not make sense. It does not make sense.
Your man is trans attracted or he's bi, he likes men. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one or the other. He's trans attracted or he's DL, he's into guys. Like, let's just stop right there and let's search within ourselves and say, hey, maybe I need to start talking to someone else.
Right. And a lot of and the main thing that they need to realize is that regardless of what letter or what color we represent on this flag, this is the only color that should matter.
Yeah, I agree. But I agree with also, you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about why should we stand with certain people when they don't even want to include us in the conversation. And that is so true. One time I had this Black Hotep guy out in Hawaii. He was saying, where is the gay community when it comes down to Black Lives Matter? I had to check his ass, and he didn't even know that Black Lives Matter was actually started by an LGBT woman. Like, we
And
were
yes,
always the backbone of the civil rights movement. Like, Bayard Rustin was gay.
right,
The whole
right.
entire
And
Harlem
all of
Renaissance
these
was
things,
started by gay people.
yeah, yeah.
Langston Hughes,
Thank you.
Zora Neale Hurston, that was the
So
Harlem
many,
Renaissance. What are you
so
talking
many,
about?
so many people because it's our ideas and we're putting ourselves on the front lines and other people are taking credit for it.
Always. Yeah, but then they want to come back talk about this gay agenda. No, there is no gay agenda. The trade is talking to us. I grew up in New York in the roughest, toughest streets of New York, Uptown, Bronx, Harlem, Washington Heights. And my parents was afraid for me growing up. And you know what I told them? It was actually the trade pulling up in their cars, talking about baby get in the car. It was not us going up to them. You get what I'm saying? So they always try to push this narrative like we're seeking them, and it's not. It's really not. So I can imagine what the girls go through because it's like, come on, like the trade is just nasty. Like they have all types of things going on in their head, and a nut is a nut at the end of the day. So you need to be mad at your baby father, not us, not trans women, not the whatever, because it's no shade. If your baby father is not going to a trans woman, I guarantee you he's probably getting fucked by a butch queen. Come on.
And that's it.
Like, I'm talking about these big, strong, brolic men on all fours. Come on, stop it.
Right,
Like, you know what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
Like,
And,
men that
and,
you would
and,
not
and
believe.
your relationship will be better if you was allowing him to do it and not creating so much shame around it, honey.
Right.
They
And
would
that's
have
what I'm
to
just
come to
saying.
us and be like, oh, my wife won't let me do this. Like,
But you
girl,
know what?
no.
I think if society, and it goes back to religion and a lot of other things, if society did not be so rigid or religion did not be so rigid on certain things, I think 9 times out of 10, you see most of the world being in gay couples and then they would mess with women probably to reproduce. Because the reality of the matter is, I'm in Malaysia right now. This is a very Muslim country. And Niambi, you know, I travel all over the world.
Yeah.
You know the countries I've been hit on the most? It's these Muslim countries. Because the more you tell somebody they cannot do something, it's
The
just like
more
when
they
they had the
want to do.
prohibition. Yeah, the prohibition with alcohol. What did they do? They made moonshine in their bathtubs, right?
Wow.
When you tell human beings they cannot do something, it makes them more curious. And I'm not
Right.
saying that it makes you this or that, but if society stops stigmatizing men messing with men, which they're gonna do at some, I was talking to a guy back in Hawaii. He was telling me that like at least 75% of straight men watch trans porn. I never even brought up the conversation, But that wowed the fuck out of me. But it's just, Matt, you would never know what people are doing behind closed doors.
Don't surprise me.
Right.
But yeah, listen,
And
it is what it is, and I just think that a lot of that stuff is just because you know kid, down to kids when they start trying to find out who they are, just the shame that's around that. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to this. You're not supposed to be that. Oh, the worst thing you can do is be gay. Well, guess what?
yeah,
That's what they're gonna fucking do. You know what I mean?
exactly. It's the forbidden fruit. Like you
Right.
have a lot of us, like yourself, that you knew from a very young age that you were trans. I knew from a very young age that I was gay. Like I was 4 years old. I always was all up under my female teachers. I mean, I say the word female like as in using it as a categorization, not as a demeaning term. But I had this dreaminess when I looked at my male counselors, and I didn't know what it was. It wasn't something sexual. It was a feeling. And I always tell people that all the time. Sexuality is a feeling, but the problem is like I said, when you prohibit from people from doing something, even the most homophobic man, he would be surprised when a bush queen turns him out.
Right.
And then it's like, oh shit, this is the whole world I've been missing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens when all those dudes go to jail. You doing a 10-year bid in jail, you talking about, oh, faggot. I mean, excuse me, I don't want to get us blocked. But F word this, F word that. Child, you was not just beating your meat in prison. I'm sorry, you've been in jail for 10 years as a man. I do not believe you if you told me you came out and you didn't tamper around and do something. And
Listen, when the girls go through the jail, honey, when they come in and they be like, oh, you transition, oh, you nothing but a man, we're gonna put you with the man. Men, thank you.
yeah, I was watching something on YouTube how the Butch Queens are like royalty in jail. Like they are the ones that the trade protect and they whatever and all that stuff like that.
Like,
I don't personally ever want to go to jail.
Especially with the lifers, honey. Oh, please.
Right. I'm like, I'm too pretty for all of that. I'm not trying to, like, I don't want to go to jail. But, like, certain situations put people in certain things where they would be surprised at what they would get into. And I feel like a lot of times from my experiences being young and messing with trade and, because that's what we did, a lot of times they were surprised at these other feelings of sensations that they never knew that they could have. And I break this down to women too. I say this all the time. A woman knows another woman's anatomy, right? So a man can try to eat another woman out, but it's never going to be as good as another woman because you know that specific anatomy. And if you're born with male genitalia, you're always going to know how to pleasure a male the best way. So I think a lot of times when these straight men, when they try that and they get into that, they're shocked at what they've been missing out on. You know what I'm saying? It's more of like a mental fuck because you know that piece of trade that you had with and then didn't contact you for months, then hits you back up and it's just like, oh my God, back in the day. And it's because they're going through that process. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of cis women in this conversation, they're having mismanaged anger towards the LGBT when it should be, hey, I had a fucked up baby father and I've been in messed up relationships myself. But do I take it out on all of these people, all of that people? No. We all have been in messed up relationships. We all could be cheated on. We could all be infected with something, whatever like that. It does not make it a gay or straight thing. If you are having sex with someone raw, you have to take accountability.
Right. And that is the thing. Her comments just made my blood boil. Like, because number one it's just that intersectionality. You know what I mean? Like black, trans, HIV, like I check all the boxes, and she was just like, so I was just like, no, girl, let me get you straight for a second. You know what I mean? Let's unstigmatize all of this, going on, and talk about the irresponsibility with not, with just hopping into bed with anybody and not protecting yourself as well as the other person. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're positive or negative, you know what I mean? That's why sex is such as it's supposed to be such a, a
But let me
spiritual
tell you
next level
something.
thing.
But let me tell you something, Niambi. It's funny that you bring up this positive and negative conversation. I live in Hawaii with a bunch of military men, and that conversation is not even brought up. When you talk to the trade or you talk to a lot of these men that are bi-curious, they don't even care. They don't even whatever. So that's something that we have to talk about too. In the straight community, in my opinion, they don't even have the conversations of, did you get tested? Did you do this? Did you do that? Do you have gonorrhea? What have you had before? They just get it in. You know
Wow.
what I'm saying? So if anything, they should be mad at themselves. I feel like with the gay community and the trans community, I mean LGBT period, we're more proactive about our health. Even though they always make it seem like we're more promiscuous and we're more, that's actually not the truth. Straight people are just as promiscuous as us. They're getting checked up less.
Right.
They're
Right.
not going to the doctor like we do. So
Right.
it makes it
Right.
seem like our numbers are higher, but their numbers are
Listen,
a
a
lot
lot of them
higher
walking
than we
around with
think they are.
dingleberries, and a lot of them don't wash correctly. You know what I mean? See, that's why I can't
Yeah.
be bothered with them, honey. Give me butch queens and trans men, like they clean. You know?
And that's what I'm saying. Because at least with the Bush Queens, they're taking prep and they're doing all this other stuff now, and they're actually whatever. You got some that are still out there too, but with straight people, this is not even a conversation. And straight women, a lot of black straight women can tell you, like, their men don't even go to the doctor for a physical.
Right.
So
Right.
what did you expect to get laying up with some man raw, regardless of whether he was straight, gay, or messing with trans or whatever like that? If he's not even going to the doctor and getting checked up,
Right.
you could be having herpes or this or that and blah, blah, blah. And that's why I'll be careful. I don't mess with the trade like that because herpes is very big in the straight community.
Wow.
And it's one thing to have HIV, but it's another thing for you to be having flare-ups and outbreaks. And I'm not
Wow.
with
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. That is crazy. That is crazy.
yeah,
But
yeah,
Kyle, I want to thank you so much for coming on.
yeah,
You know we're
definitely.
going to
This is a
continue
beautiful
our listen,
conversation.
you are always welcome over here. You're always welcome over
Yes,
here.
yes.
Your
I
energy
made
is just
time. Even though I'm overseas, I was like, oh, let me call her because I was like, this conversation is juicy.
I'm so
Like,
glad that you did. All right. So I'm going to continue the show, baby. Bring one more person on, and then I'm going to get out of here. I love you, and you are always welcome.
love you too. Bye-bye.
Hi, everybody. Oh, now, you know what? I feel so much better. Thank you, Kyle, for coming on. Listen, I feel so much better than I did. You know what I mean? And it helps to get, and thank you, Tiffany, too, for coming on. I got time for one more person. If somebody wants to come on and discuss what we were talking about. He actually helped me realize it also helps from hearing other perspectives, you know what I mean? From people. And this was a nice balanced live. I got insight from a cis woman and insight from a gay man too. So this was definitely a great conversation. Y'all need to be sharing this live. You know what I mean? Share my shit. My shit is pinned down at the bottom. Share my shit. Help me help my community and the whole thing. Cash App, learn your history. Bitch, I had it out there for 5 years. But yeah, so let me see. What's everybody saying in here? My man in my head, Samantha. We'll have a conversation. Woo! How can I join? Just send me a request. Mike, you know how this works. Yeah, this was a great conversation. Now the thing about it is, this live needs to go in a lot of cis women inboxes. You know what I mean? The cis straight ones. You know what I mean? They always have something to say. Let's start blaming these men for trying to stick their pee in everybody's pool. Where does the accountability come in for them? All right, I'm bringing Mike on. Mike from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
My
All right, so
whole thing, I feel
like, I don't know. It's just that, you know, I'm very spiritual. So, you know, my interactions with people are very, very next level. So, you know, I feel a lot better and a lot more calmed down than I was. Yes, can I share it in a hood group? Yes, I would prefer it in a hood group. Absolutely.
All right, so you
West
got
Philly Ninjas all day, and Brooklyn Babes, and all them hood ass freaking groups that are out there. Share it all over the place.
oh no, yeah, put it in Brooklyn, definitely.
All right, let me make sure this volume is up. All right, go ahead.
All right, so you got a trans woman on here, you got a butch queen on here, and now you got a trans amorous man on.
There you go. Yes. All balanced.
All right, now I mean, speaking as a trans amorous man, like I ain't sticking my dick in everything like homeboy said.
Right. I mean, you know, a lot of them do. A lot of them do, Mike. You know what I mean? You in a committed relationship and stuff like that, but there's a lot of them that be wanting their cake with cis women and eating it too with trans women, and that, you know, a lot of times is a huge problem. Hey, me.
Hey, Auntie.
You know what I mean? That's a huge problem, and why they continuously think that there's some type of competition.
Yeah, true. But like I saw that video that you posted earlier, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, this bitch just all over the place with all wrong facts, like, well, not even facts, like all wrong information, misleading and shit like that.
Right.
I mean, I just don't get where she comes off saying like, our community over here is spreading the HIV. You don't have to be any letter of the alphabet to get it. Like you could be anybody.
Exactly.
Right.
Hold on, let me say this right here. Okay.
Oh,
It's gonna piss a lot of motherfuckers off. I don't give a damn if you a cisgender male or female who happen to be in the straight community. I'm gonna say it like this: if you don't like to put condom on your heart, fuck your feelings, here you go. Okay. Let me break this down. Okay. First off, it be cisgender men that be lying to these bitches about one, what the fuck they got, two, who the fuck they attracted to, and not going to the motherfucking doctor. Bitch, what you not gonna do is blame the LGBT communities for the STD, the HIV you hoes be spreading to each other. And y'all don't want to go to the goddamn doctor. Y'all don't want to ask no goddamn questions or nothing. Go see no doctor about nothing. But y'all want to blame the LGBT communities about every motherfucking thing, okay? Put a condom on your heart and fuck your feelings and go to the doctor, bitch. If you so goddamn afraid of motherfucking HIV and AIDS, learn about PrEP. Use a condom. Y'all be so goddamn excited to fuck any and every goddamn thing just because it look good, just because it got a lot of money, just because she got a fat ass, just because she got big titties, and then you wonder why you got motherfucking herpes and gonorrhea and syphilis and trichomonas and vaginosis and all that shit. And the crazy thing about cis communities, which really pissed me off, y'all love harping at the fact that trans women cannot have kids, right? Trans women cannot have periods, right? We don't want that shit, okay? We don't want the trichomonas. We don't want the vaginosis. We don't want any antibacterials that y'all be dealing with. And I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way. I'm saying this to tell the motherfucking truth, okay? Transitioning is about following and living your motherfucking truth, not trying to compete with the next motherfucker, okay? So for you hoes to fix your dick suckers, your cum drinkers, to say that the HIV is coming from the LGBT communities, bitch, you was all types of wrong. First of all, check yourself, then check your man. Because 9 times out of 10, the HIV may lay dormant in a cis woman for a whole damn year and she wouldn't even fucking know until she went to the goddamn doctor. Hell, I done seen a free movie called Lies You Tell, Secrets You Keep. And I seen a scene where a dude lied to a cis woman about having HIV. Come to find out she's pregnant and HIV positive. This motherfucker ducking and dodging her, every time she called him, and then by the end of the movie, she find him and kill his motherfucking ass.
What she said.
It's crazy. It's
Woo,
crazy.
that get on my damn nerves.
Forget about, we're totally forgetting about the demographic of man that comes over into our community with shit.
Right.
With types of things. You know what I'm saying? That are spreading themselves out, you know what I mean? Or some, and what cis women also have to realize is that they can give HIV as well as get it. Like, that's how that works. That's how that works, honey. You can give it to somebody and then give it to some man, and then some man be like, oh, well, fuck it all, I'm just gonna fuck everything, and decide that they want to integrate his motherfucking nasty trifling self inside of the LGBTQ community, and then before you know it, all types of gay men and trans women are freaking walking around with all different types of syphilis, HIV, gonorrhea, fucking herpes, and everything else.
Shit.
So it's people have to own up to their responsibilities and take accountability for who they are health-wise and who they are spreading themselves out to health-wise.
Exactly, but they don't, and it's pathetic.
No,
it's fucking pathetic. They want to blame us for everything and avoid accountability while they do all the fuck shit to each other and everybody.
I'd rather stay in my community, honey. I'd rather stay in my community.
Okay.
Okay. I'd rather stay in my community. I don't want no outsiders, bitch.
Yo, but this is all why I put in the comments earlier, like, if Boo Boo the Fool was looked up in the dictionary, her photo would actually be next to it.
Yeah.
Lord
Who is
Jesus.
Yeah. So, oh no, well, you wanted to come on? I had to put my hair pieces in my locks. Oh, okay. But yeah, this was definitely a healthy, balanced conversation from all different demographics that make up our community, and I really live for this. Please share this across your platforms and stuff. Follow Mike Brooklyn and Mrs. Brooklyn on their platforms as well. Tell them the name of your platforms and stuff. Listen, y'all got to do that.
I mean, shit.
Hello.
Hey. And if you want to follow Transfinity, it's $34.99 free shipping and handling. It's all natural and cruelty free. Actually, this week, 2 bottles for $50 free shipping and handling.
And she got a sale.
Say, hey, y'all better come on through and get it. Let's hear the Clean Smoking. It's on that page. Y'all better come and get them bottles before they sell out.
Yes, follow
or the price might go up again.
You can follow Transfinity on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And you can also find their profile on LGBTQ Wall Street. I post them often. Let's see what else.
And follow my TikTok at Mike Brooklyn NYC because my shit goes in, like, for real.
Okay. That part.
There y'all go. There y'all go. So yeah, I'm getting ready to head in because I think I'm almost at my freaking 1.5 hour, 2 hour mark. But I love y'all.
I love you too, Auntie.
And I will talk to y'all soon.
Peace.
Oh, goodness gracious. You. So, well, the end result is I feel a lot better. I'm going to throw in one more commercial. I have a documentary coming out at the end of November. If you want to help out, it has its own GoFundMe page. Please follow Transcendent Documentary on Facebook, and it'll give you all of the details. If you want to help me help my community, share my shit. And my Cash App is pinned down below, which is #LearnYourHistory. Again, that is #LearnYourHistory. For those that are in the position to help, share this live to all the nonprofits, all of those that are receiving government funding. add Black trans women and Black trans people to your budget and have them speak at your events. And that's all I can say. That's all I can say. Like I'm very exhausted. I've been doing this 5 years, and it's very, very, very difficult and hard on my nerves. So that's why I step back. But I love y'all. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to Tiffany. Thank you to Kyle. Thank you to Mike. Thank you to Tria. Thank you to everybody that was a guest on tonight. And hopefully I'll be able to have a few more lives where I'm able to invite people on. Because it's kind of like the first time that Facebook wasn't being shady. But I love y'all. And to that cis woman that made that video, you can suck my left nut. Honey, you can say this on your platform, but you better not say, you not want to say it to any or my sisters' faces, to mine or any of my sisters' faces. So I love y'all. Thank y'all. See y'all soon. LGBTQ+. Bye.